The New York Public Library holds more than 2,200 prints from this project. Duplicate and variant prints, the library's words, of about 3/4 of the 302 pictures, 2,200 sheets of paper of the same city. How do you tell them apart? 3rd Avenue at 65th Street, 1936. 2 towers with steep roofs and iron crestings, a long arcade of windows, and the elevated railroad cutting straight across the front of the building. Between 1935 and 1938, Berenice Abbott worked under the auspices of the Works Progress Administration to document New York City. That sentence is the library's, word for word. 2 lines sit at the top of the record. Photographer, Abbott, Berenice, sponsor, Federal Art Project, New York. The collection has a name, and the name is the assignment, Changing New York. Changing, not changed. One structure keeps walking into these pictures. Here it is from the front of a train, 20 years before she started. The elevated railroad, over Hanover Square. Over Cortlandt Street, Hines and Bolate, Publix Radio, Auto Radio Service, and a sign for the 9th Avenue line. And down here, where the track fills the top of the frame and the street underneath is nearly empty. One man in an overcoat standing in the middle of it. Dixon and Son House Painters. Established 1894. Front part of this floor to let. Union Square. From behind the Lafayette statue. Across the park, S. Klein. The sign ends, the best dressed women. Herald Square, from above, with the elevated track running straight across the front of the frame. Buses, awnings, and sacks at 34th Street. Madison Square, a policeman standing beside the Seward Monument, governor, senator, secretary of state, cut into the stone behind him. Times Square, the statue of Father Duffy under a sheet tied down with rope. The name is cut into the stone underneath, Father Duffy. And then the part of the city with its name painted on it. 103 Bowery. The menu is painted straight onto the glass. Soup with bread, 5 cents. 2 eggs with potatoes and coffee, 10. Meatballs with beans, 10. Vegetable dinner, 10. 3 large pork chops, 30. Next door, a barber pole and a shave for 10 cents. McSorley's Ale House, 15 East 7th Street. Men standing at the bar, mugs on the tables, the walls covered in pictures. The Provincetown Playhouse, MacDougal Street. Number 133, painted beside the door. Oyster houses on South Street. Geo, M. Still, M.P. Houseman Oyster Company. The shells piled up on the boards out front. The West Washington Market, with trucks nosed in along the front. An antique shop on 3rd Avenue. Stone dogs out on the pavement, a carved warrior in the window, and a wooden Indian standing in the doorway. A stand on West Street. Frankfurters and ice-cold lemonade, 5 cents a glass. The Triborough, from the roadway, towers, cable, and the deck running out under them. Hell Gate, a steel arch over the East River. The trees in front of it are in bloom. the Brooklyn Bridge from a railroad pier, Pennsylvania Railroad, Baltimore and Ohio, and a flatbed handcart with tall wooden wheels. 1935 to 1938, and on the prints themselves, somebody was counting. 6 Center Marketplace. An oversized wooden revolver hangs over the door. The sign says Frank Lava, gunsmith. Revolvers bought, sold, and repaired. On the glass, the same name again, smaller, F. Lava. Ask the library who he was. The subject headings say storefronts, gunsmiths. In the record, the name is not his, it is the sign's. Now, the top edge of the same print, above the brickwork in the black band where the picture ends, 203. White figures inside the black, not written on the paper, printed with the photograph. Here is what that means. The Manhattan Bridge from the Bowery, November 1936. Look at the bottom edge. The maker's name runs along the edge. Agfa safety film, printed backwards, and in the same strip, written by hand, 173. That black band is the edge of the film, printed onto the paper along with the picture. On this print, the maker's name reads backwards, and the number reads forwards. Not every print does that. City arabesque. Roofs seen straight down past a curved iron railing. Turn one of these prints over, and this is what is on the back. A rubber stamp, Federal Art Project, Changing New York. Photographs by Berenice Abbott. Underneath, a form filled in by hand. Title, City Arabesque. Place, Manhattan. Angle of view from roof of 60-wall tower. Date, June 9th, 1938. And then 2 more lines. Code 1, F, and written out in full neg number. L15. Another back. Columbus Circle. Neg number 70. Code 1B. February 10th, 1936. McDougal Alley. A row of low houses and a tower standing at the end of it. Same stamp, same form. Title, place, angle of view, date, negative number, code, on the back of print after print from 1935 to 1938. On this one, the code line was left blank. Wall Street, showing the East River from the roof of the Irving Trust Building. That title is a description of where she stood. And in a minute, you will see who wrote it. The back of a print of that same view does not start with the project. It starts with one word stamped across the top, duplicate. And the writing kept going. On the mount board of this one, in pencil, an address written and then crossed out. 276 Bleecker Street. Ricotta tuta, 30 cents a pound. Ricotta fina, 25. Pastany, fancy groceries. The top edge of that print, Agfa safety, backwards, and 3 more figures backwards beside it, in the same strip of film. Turn them around. 1, 9, 7. And this is the other side of it. Not another copy. The library's record for the front already describes what is stamped on the back. One object number for both faces, CN197.002. In pencil. Cheese store. Bleecker Street, number 276, neg 197, code 301. Why? The same three figures in the film and on the paper, and in the library's catalog today. And one more mark in orange. Photograph. Berenice Abbott, 50 Commerce Street. Her name and a street address on the same sheet the library stamped property of, twice. The library has its own words for what it holds. More than 2,200 duplicate and variant prints. That is what the word across the top of that other one meant. Written once into the negative, written again on the back, and still the number, now. The assignment ran from 1935 to 1938. An address on one day, with the light where it was, a number in the film, the same number on the back, and that is how it can still be found. They were here. If their story stayed with you, subscribe to Lost and Found Archives and help keep them from being forgotten. New faces from before living memory.